All right, what's up everyone? Welcome to You Need Balance. I'm Skylar, and today we are going to go through a grounding balance practice to help us feel more rooted and grounded. It can help you with more clear thinking and to help ease anxiety and depression. And one thing that we'll use today is sometimes a block or a book. So if you have an object like that, you might want to bring it with you because we are going to work on balancing different objects. So we'll start with a nice warm-up to balance the mind and the body. And then we're going to go through the different grounding movements that are going to teach you how you can get from the ground to standing in a really efficient and effective manner. So we're going to start laying flat on our backs. Relax your head, neck, and shoulders into the ground. And take a big, deep breath in. Exhale and bring your hands to your rib cage. We're going to start with some deep breathing. See if you can notice how your hands are moving as you breathe in, expanding your rib cage, and as you breathe out, closing the rib cage. So throughout this grounding practice, it's going to be really important to make sure you follow these nice deep breaths, diaphragmatic breaths, so that you are using your muscles and a full 360 degrees around the torso to breathe in air and breathe out. So start to connect your mind to your body and try to move on from the life that you're coming from, whether it's work or running errands or whatever it may be, and try to allow yourself to be in this space, in your own body. And then we'll straighten out the legs one at a time. And straighten out the arms. Reach your arms up overhead. Lock your thumbs together and try to reach like you're pulling your body far apart. And then exhale. Curl up into a tight ball. Bring your knees up to your chest. Bring your forehead up to your knees. And maybe you start rocking side to side, massaging your back into the ground. And then we'll lay all the way on our left side. You're going to come onto your left elbow, sort of like you're getting into a side plank, but your knees are going to stay bent with your feet stacked on top of each other. You can bring your right hand to your hip for control. We're going to inhale, lift your hips off the ground, and then lift your right knee up like a clamshell. And inhale slowly back down. So we're going to exhale, squeeze your glutes up, open up the knee, and slowly back down. So we're working on engaging the core and increasing mobility through the hip. So each time you open up the knee, I don't want you opening up your body. You're just trying to find the full range of motion that you have in that external rotation of the hip. And then slowly lower back down. Exhale as you squeeze to lift. Inhale as you release back down. We have just a few more on this side. I want you to make sure you're not sinking into this shoulder. So make sure you're pushing yourself away from the ground, pressing your entire forearm down and lifting your body away from the ground. We have one more on this side. And then we'll go ahead and switch sides. So you can just turn around or you can flip to the other side. Now the right forearm is on the ground. Look down and make sure you can draw a straight line from your shoulder down to your elbow. Knees are bent, feet are stacked on top of each other. And for proper alignment, you can even look at your hip and draw a straight line down to your heel so that you know where your legs can be for this. So it's just a slight angle. And we're just working on our lateral stability. Exhale as you push yourself away from the ground to lift up. And inhale to lower back down. So for some of you, this may be no big deal at all. And for some of you, if you've never done a side plank or if you don't often train the lateral side of your body, this might be really difficult. You might find yourself really shaky. But in all aspects of life, I encourage you to embrace the difficult things, whether it's a difficult exercise or a difficult task, and take note of the challenge. So if you have trouble picking the right snack, or you find it challenging to eat the right things or stay on your goals, make note of all of the challenges you encounter in the day, because seeing that and acknowledging that can help you overcome those challenges. A lot of the times we just either get down on ourselves if we don't reach our goal, but find a way to identify where you need to improve on And if it's this exercise, then maybe you can take note that this was challenging, but you know what? You tried it today. So we have one more here. And slowly lower back down. Awesome job. Okay, now we're going to lay flat on the back. Legs are straight. Toes are flexed. So when you look at your toes, they should be pointing straight up towards the sky. Notice if they're turning out. And I want you to internally rotate the hip so that you feel the quads and the thighs nice and strong. Inhale, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, pull your belly button in and see how far you can sit up. Maybe you can sit all the way up and reach your toes. Or maybe you're still working on that full sit-up. So wherever you are, you might just be sitting up a little bit here, up and down. Or you might be able to come all the way up and reach for your toes. Wherever you are, I want you to focus on your breath. Your exhale pulls you up as high as you can. And your inhale helps you to control your way back down using your core. Exhale to lift your chest up towards the sky and then down towards your knees. And inhale to slowly lower back down. We have two more. Exhale, pull that belly button up and reach. Inhale to slowly lower. These are our straight leg sit-ups. Exhale up. This time, if you're all the way up, reach for your toes. If you didn't get all the way up, then just turn to the side and make yourself come all the way up to this forward fold, Paschimottanasana. We're stretching out the back side of our bodies. If you can't reach your toes, you can bend your knees to bring your toes closer to you, or you can just grab onto your shins and slowly walk forward until you feel like you can't anymore. Another thing that might help is to prop your hips up on a blanket or even a block, or to sit on a somewhat downward slope. If you're outside, you might have a downward slope, and that'll help you reach a little bit closer towards your toes. So let's take a deep inhale. We'll come out of that position, and we're going to come all the way back onto our backs. Everything is starting from the ground up today. So I want you to feel really grounded here. So wherever you're coming from, take note of the space. How does it feel for your feet to adapt to the ground? And you're going to take your object, whether it be a block or a book, and see if you can balance it on your hand, like you're serving a pizza, and you're going to punch it straight up towards the ceiling. So notice what you feel from this position already. Do you feel tightness in the forearm? Do you feel unstable, like you might drop it? So hopefully it's something relatively light. It's not so much about the weight here, but it's just about our balance and control. I want your eyes to be laser focused on that object, so you're constantly looking up as you're pushing it up. Okay. Keep that there. Keep your focus there. Pull your belly button in. Press your back into the ground. Keep that stable. Bend your right knee and place your right foot on the ground towards the edge of your mat or a little bit outside your hip if you're not on a mat. Your left leg is straight, again, with those toes flexed, pointing up, and again, just outside of the hip. So if you can imagine a yoga mat, both heels are on the sides of the mat. So you have a little bit of space between the legs. Okay, is that arm getting tired? Take note of this position that you're starting in, because we're going to repeat this on the other side. Take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your nose, and then slowly lower the block down. Let's see if you can get into that position from the other side. So now the object is up on the left hand. Left knee is bent, right leg is straight. Can you assume that position? Remember the yoga mat, the width of the mat. Your heels are apart, digging into the ground. Your belly button is pulling in, pressing your back into the ground. You're serving that pizza up nice and strong, and your eyes are laser focused on that object. So see if you can notice any difference here. Maybe you have more of a stretch through the wrist and the forearm area, or maybe it feels easier to stabilize in the shoulder. Check back in with your body. We're going to slowly progress this. So if we get to a point that you're not comfortable with, come back to this grounding motion. Identify what it feels like to push your body into the ground and connect with the earth. Identify with your ability to focus on one spot and keep your mind and your eyes staring at that one object while not moving a thing. So you're developing tension in your core and you're breathing peacefully. Deep inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. Great job. Okay, let's go back to the other side. Remember, you can always repeat the static hold. We're going to now bring the left hand behind the head. We're back on the right side. Right knee is bent, left leg is straight. And now you're going to try a crunch. You're going to see how high you can crunch up and down. Exhale, crunch up like you're trying to punch your block up in through the ceiling. Exhale up. Hold all the way through the exhale. And then when your inhale arrives, control your way back down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Feel grounded again. Exhale up. Inhale down. And 3. Good. Find your breath. And 2. And 1. Great. Let's switch sides. All right, here we go. Right hand is behind the head. Left arm punching up. Left knee is bent. Sync with your breath. Exhale to crunch up as high as you can. Inhale back down. If you notice you're dropping your block or your book is falling to the side, then that means 1, you're probably not hyper-focused on that item. And it means you're not punching straight up towards the ceiling. So really try to find that focus. We're going to slowly progress and add more movement to this. So really stay focused. Even if this seems pretty simple, we're going to add to it. Remember, exhale to crunch up. Inhale to come back down. Find peace in your breath. Don't hold your breath at all. Slowly transition from your exhale all the way through to your inhale. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. We have 2 more on this side. 2. And 1. All right, back to the other side. Right hand up, right knee. This time the left arm is going to be straight on the ground, not behind the head like it was last time. Okay, you're going to crunch up as high as you can. This time you're going to dig your left elbow into the ground and see if you can punch all the way up. So now you can sit up a little bit higher and then inhale to slowly lower back down. Keep control of that block. Exhale up, press the elbow into the ground. Inhale, back down. Exhale to sit up. Inhale to come down. Keep that block punching straight up. Beautiful job. Almost there. Follow your breath. 3 more. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Pay attention to the movement because we're repeating this on the other side. Okay, all the way down. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Left hand up, left knee is bent. Now your right arm is down by your side. So remember, we're going to dig that elbow into the ground. Exhale as you start to sit up, just like we did before, but now you're coming all the way up to your elbow. Great job. Exhale up and inhale down. Keep your focus, laser focus on the block so that you can maintain that stability through your shoulder. Exhale up and inhale down. We have 4 more. 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Beautiful job. Okay, we're going to take a moment to switch back to the right. We're only going to do 5 reps this time. The only thing that's going to change is you're going to go from your elbow up to your hand. Everything is the same. Right hand up, right knee bent. Exhale up to your elbow. Now press your hand into the ground. Very good. Inhale all the way back down. See if you can find that full extension. Exhale up to your elbow, to your hand. And inhale, back down. We have 3 more. And 2. And 1. All right, opposite side. We're about to crank up the heat after this one. 5 on this side. Left hand up, left knee up to your elbow, and then press up to your hand. All the way back down. Exhale up. And inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Good. Keep that focus on the block. And 1 more here. Beautiful. Okay. Let's get the glutes activated here. We're going to go back to the right side. Now you know we're doing the crunch, elbow, and hand. From there, we're going to do a glute bridge. So right hand is up, right knee is up. Exhale, crunch, elbow, hand. Squeeze your glutes up into a glute bridge. Keep that focus right on that hand. Inhale, hinge the hips down and back up. So now you can start to see how we're going to get from the ground to standing. We're going to switch sides each time here. We're going to do 2 on each side. So now we're on the left side. Exhale, crunch, elbow, hand. Squeeze the glutes up, full extension. Inhale to control your way down. And we'll switch back to the right. Exhale, crunch, elbow, hand, glute bridge. And reverse as you inhale all the way back down. 1 more here. Exhale, crunch, elbow, hand, glute bridge. Inhale to hinge your hips down and slowly release back down. Okay, we're going to bring the block to the belly here. That was a lot of work for the wrist, the core. So we're going to take a moment to just circle the wrist out. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Reach your right arm up to the sky with your palm facing down, fingers facing away from your body. Use your left hand to pull down and have a slight stretch through your forearm. And then slowly switch so that the palm is up and you're stretching your fingers down. So just feel that nice forearm stretch. We're going to do 2 in each direction. Then we'll switch for the left hand. Palm facing down, fingers facing away. And then use your right hand to pull your fingertips down and alternate, turning the palm up and stretch. 1 more in each direction. And then we're going to get ready for the lose the block on this one. It's okay. It's just giving you that feedback on what to focus on and how to stabilize. We're going to try to stand all the way up now. So if you're at a certain level that is really challenging for you, keep practicing that or continue with me for the full get up. Right leg is bent. Right hand is starting. Left arm is on the ground. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, crunch, elbow, hand, glute bridge. Take an inhale and slide your left heel back underneath you so that you can come onto the knee. Okay, find this position and then use your right side to engage your abs and lift up. And now you're in this half kneeling position. Again, punching straight up. From here, you have a few options, but we're going to do the windshield wiper. So you're going to turn your back heel so it's straight back behind you and you're in a lunge. And then from here, dig your right heel down and stand straight up, punching your object through to the ceiling. Now we reverse. See if you can stay with me here. Left leg steps back to lunge behind. Find that windshield wiper again. The left heel is going to swivel in so that it's right behind your right foot. Think about your deadlift here. Hinge at the hips as you bring your left hand to the ground. Let's pause here. Think about your left hand and your right heel. Dig them into the ground for stability. Lift your body up so that you can slide your left leg through back to that starting glute bridge and lower the hips down. Now you should be in a familiar place where you can come back to your hand, your elbow, and the ground. All right, I know it's the first time, so if that felt a little odd, don't worry. We are piecing it all together. Let's go back to the left side. Left leg is bent, left arm is up. Find that hyper focus in that left hand the entire time until you stand up completely, and then you can look forward, reassess where you are, and then we'll reverse. Okay, right arm is straight. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, crunch up. Elbow, hand, glute bridge. Slide your right heel underneath you so that you can come to your right knee. Use your obliques to lift your body up. Windshield wiper your back leg. Dig your left heel down into the ground so you can stand straight up. Reverse. Right knee steps back into a lunge all the way down to the ground. The right heel swivels around to the left. Windshield wiper. Hinge at your hips, this deadlift position, until your right hand comes to the ground. Here's your stable stance. Left heel, right hand. Push them down, crushing the ground so that you can lift your body up and slide your right leg through. And now you reverse. Reverse the glute bridge, reverse down to the elbow, and all the way down to the ground. Awesome job. I hope you're feeling more comfortable with the Turkish get-up and how to get up from a supine position. We're now going to do 2 on each side with a straight leg sit-up in between. So in order to get up from a supine position, which is face up, we need to use our core for a lot of this work. So let's take your book or your block. You're going to bring it up overhead between your hands. Try to squeeze the block or the book as much as you can. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, pull your belly button in, sit all the way up, and try to reach your block or your book as far past your toes as you can. Inhale to slowly lower. We're going to start with the left hand this time. Start with the Turkish get-up, left hand punching up with the block, left knee straight, right arm and leg on the ground. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, crunch up, elbow, hand, glute bridge, slide the right knee through, lift the upper body, windshield wiper, stand tall. Reverse, lunge the right leg back down to the ground, windshield wiper, hip hinge, slide that leg through into the glute bridge, and then slowly reverse this bottom position. Great job. Let's come back to the straight leg sit-up. Hold the block overhead. Squeeze the block between your hands. Deep breath in. Exhale. Pull your belly button in as you sit all the way up and reach past the toes. Slowly unwind with your inhale, and we'll start to set up your right side. Right arm up, right knee up. Deep breath in. Exhale. Crunch, elbow, hand, glute bridge. Slide the left heel through. Use your obliques to come up. Windshield wiper your back leg and stand tall. Reverse, left knee down, windshield wiper, hip hinge, left hand to the ground, right heel digs down, lift up to the glute bridge, and slowly reverse, elbow and down. Great job. Block overhead. We still have 1 more each side. Exhale, pull the belly button in, sit up, reach the block past your toes. Inhale to slowly release back down. Left side, last time on this side. Left arm up, left knee bent, right leg straight. And take a deep breath in to start. And exhale, crunch, elbow, hand, glute bridge. Slide the right knee through. Use your obliques to come up. Windshield wiper, stand tall. Right knee reverse down to a lunge. Windshield wiper, hinge at the hips. Right hand to the ground, squeeze up into that glute bridge, and reverse all the way down. Beautiful. We have a straight leg sit up in between. Squeeze the block over your head. Exhale, pull your belly button in, sit all the way up. Reach as far as you can. Inhale, slowly reverse back down, and we'll do our last supine get up. Right hand punching up, left arm on the ground. Exhale, crunch, elbow, hand, glute bridge, slide the left leg through, obliques, windshield wiper, stand tall. Left leg reverse lunge, windshield wiper, hip hinge, left hand on the ground, Lift up to slide the left leg through, glute bridge, and reverse elbow down. One more straight leg sit up. You got this. Deep breath in and exhale. Sit all the way up. Reach for your toes. This time we're going to hold it here. How far can you reach? Deep breath in. Think about lengthening through the crown of your head. And deep breath out. Try to bring your chest a little bit closer toward your knees. Check back in with your toes. Make sure they're staying flexed. Check back in with your shoulders. Make sure you're not hunching forward and you're still pulling your shoulders down and back. One more deep breath in. And exhale to slowly release that block. Beautiful job. Okay, we're going to flip over onto our belly now. So now we're going to practice the get up from laying face down. So again, when you come down to your belly, think about how it feels to be grounded. What does the earth feel like? You're going to place your hands underneath your shoulders and your toes on the ground. You're going to exhale and try to push your hips back towards your heels into child's pose. Inhale, rock forward into cobra, shoulders back and down. And then exhale, tuck your toes and push your hips up to downward dog. And walk your hands back to your toes. And slowly paint your fingertips all the way up the front of the legs or reach up nice and tall. I'm going to take a few variations here. Exhale, fold forward, reach for your toes. Walk your hands forward all the way into plank. And very slowly, as slow as you can, lower your body all the way to the ground. We're back to the starting position. Okay, here we go. Tuck your toes under, press your hips back to child's pose. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward dog. This time, walk your feet up to your hands. Try to keep your legs as straight as you can. And then paint your fingertips up the front of your legs as you stand tall. Reach for the sky. Exhale, fold forward, reach for the ground. Inhale, just take a moment to lengthen your spine. Notice how you're feeling. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into plank, and very slowly hug your elbows back and lower to the ground. See how slow you can go. How long can you hold on? And relax. Beautiful. Exhale, push your hips back to child's pose. Inhale, forward into cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, downward dog, and we'll walk the hands back to the toes. Reach for your toes, slowly paint your fingertips up the front of your legs, reach your arms up high, and exhale, fold forward, reach for your toes, walk all the way out into plank, and very slowly lower your chest down to the ground. Under control. This slow chaturanga is going to be really helpful to increase and maintain your upper body strength so that you can maintain that confidence to get yourself from the ground up. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. And let's walk the feet up to the hands. And slowly rise up nice and tall. Exhale, fold forward. Plant the hands, step back into plank. Very slowly lower down. Beautiful. Take a moment when you get to the ground. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. And walk your hands back to your toes. Take a deep breath in as you rise up tall. We'll do one more. Exhale, fold forward. Walk your hands out into a plank and very slowly lower down. Make sure you're not shrugging. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in here. We have one more. Deep breath out. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. And inhale, walk your feet up to your hand. And paint your fingertips up the front of your legs. Rise your arms up overhead. And exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back into plank. Slowly lower down all the way to your belly. See how long you can hold on. Maybe at the very bottom you can still hold on a little bit more.
before you let go. Great. We're going to take a few poses from the ground up. A lot of the standing poses usually come from standing, but we're going to practice from the ground up. So see if you can tuck your toes under, push your hands into the ground, and lift yourself back up to a plank. And if that's not in the cards for you today, that's okay. Just push your hips back to child's pose and then meet us in plank. Okay. We're going to exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift your right leg behind you. And exhale, pull your right knee into your nose. Hold there as you squeeze your core, and then plant your right foot between your hands. Now step your left foot up about a foot and turn your heel down so that you're grounded into the ground. Try to straighten both of your legs here. So we're coming into a pyramid posture, reaching both your hands to the ground, one on each side of your right foot, and try to bring your chest closer to your right knee. Deep breath in and deep breath out. If you are touching the ground, you can take your right hand and loop your peace fingers around your big toe for a bind. If you're not on the ground, then use a block and place the block next to your foot so that you can have a little bit of space there to bring the ground up to you. The left hand is going to start to rise up to the sky. Start by twisting your torso, opening your chest out, and lifting your left arm up to the sky. Use the obliques here to lift up as you reach down. Try to straighten the legs as best you can. Deep breath in, and if you feel balanced, turn and look towards your left thumb. Deep breath out. Deep breath in, find your balance, and deep breath out. On your next exhale, bring the hands back down to the ground. We'll transition through pyramid posture and then slowly start to bend into the right knee as we step the left leg back into a low lunge. Reach the right fingertips up to the sky and exhale, plant the hands, step back into plank. You can choose a vinyasa here if you like. Lower down, inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Let's try on the left side. Inhale, lift the left leg back behind you. Exhale, bend your knee into your nose. Step your left foot between the hands. And then step your back foot up about a foot. Turn your heel down so that both feet are grounded. One hand on each side of your left foot. Straighten out both of your legs. And see if you can pull your chest a little bit closer towards that leg in pyramid posture. Again, if you have a block, you can always bring a block to the outside of that foot. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And then if your hands are on the ground, you can use your left peace fingers to bind with your big toe or use the block. Start to twist your torso open towards the right and then reach your right fingertips up towards the sky. If you're feeling balanced, turn and look towards that right thumb. Make sure your shoulders are pulling down and back and you're grounding through your feet, lifting from the ground up. Here in Utthita Trikonasana, extended triangle posture. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And on your next exhale, slowly bring the hands back down to the ground. Step your right foot back a little bit as you bend into your left knee, and then twist and lift your left arm up to the sky. Exhale, plant your hands back down, step back into plank, and you can choose a vinyasa here if you would like. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. From here, bend your knees and bring them down to the ground, and we're just going to take a few cat-cows for a little bit of recovery. Inhale, lift your chest forward, open up as you pull your shoulder blades down and back. Exhale, round through your spine, tucking your chin and your tailbone. Inhale, look forward. Cat-cow is a great way to adapt your hands and your legs back down to the ground. Exhale, cow. Notice how you feel stable in this stance with your arms and your legs and your core equidistant apart. We'll take one more inhale and exhale. Okay. Now listen carefully. We're going to come into a Shin Box position. The right knee is going to come forward And then bring your right ankle out to the side, sort of like a pigeon. And then you're going to sit your hips back so the right leg is bent in front of you and the left leg is bent behind you. So instead of a pigeon where you would straighten that back leg, you're just going to bend it. And notice how you're making a box with your shins around your body. So you might start really narrow, but see how close you can get yourself to 90 degrees at the hip, knee, and ankle joints. As your hip starts to open up, you'll be able to get closer and closer. So now we're going to try a get up from here. So first, you're just going to bring your hands behind you for support. See where your feet are. You're going to plant your feet right where they are as you lift your knees up, transition through center, and come to the opposite side in the same position. So notice as you transition side to side, your feet are staying where they are in space, and you're just rotating which knee is bent in front and behind. Planting your feet where they are and twisting. So this might feel really nice, opening up your hips. If you're up for the challenge, see if you can release one hand or maybe both hands in front of you. See if you can do this while keeping your chest up and your core strong. So notice if you're really hunching back and you're falling over, you might still need that support behind you. Shoulders back, chest up, plant your feet where they are. And now we'll stop with the left leg in front and the right leg behind. Next variation is then from here, without your arms, if you need to, you can put your hands on the ground, but try to not use your arms as you squeeze your core and your glutes to lift your hips up to your knees. Now think about a glute bridge. Hinge at the hips, like you're trying to close a door behind you with your hips as you push your hips back down to the ground. And now let's flow. Plant your feet where they are as you twist to the other side. Squeeze your glutes up and forward, and then exhale as you push your hips back and twist to the other side. Let's try one more on each side. Beautiful. Practice this. Make sure you have enough cushion on the ground for your knees, especially if you're doing this on a hard surface. And then we'll come back with the right leg in front and the left leg behind. Okay. Of course, I'm sure you know there's another progression already, so stay with me here. We're almost to the top. We're going to transition to the other side, squeeze the glutes up. Now this back leg is going to sweep all the way around into a lunge. So really try to balance on that front leg until you come to a lunge. From here, you just stand right back up. Left leg goes back into the lunge. Circle the right leg around under control until it gets behind you. Make sure it's behind your left knee so that as you sink your hips down, you're right back where you started. Let's try on the other side. Okay, see where your feet are. Let's start with the left leg in front, right leg behind, arms up if you can. You can always use support if you need to. I can show you what that looks like. You're going to plant your feet where they are, lift your knees, twist to the other side. Squeeze your glutes up. For this one, if you need support, just keep your right hand on the ground. Circle your left leg around into this lunge. And then from here, you can use your obliques to stand up tall. Let's reverse. Right leg goes back. Left leg circles around behind this front heel and hinge your hips back. Let's try one more on each side. 90-90 twist. Glutes up. Circle the leg around. Stand tall. Left leg back. Circle the leg back. Hinge at the hips. And we're back down to the ground. Beautiful job today. All of these get-ups you can practice just a few reps at a time to help increase your strength and technique for getting up from the ground without hurting yourself. You can also flow from one to the other, side to side, for conditioning. Maybe set a timer for a couple of minutes and see how many reps you can do side to side, focusing on technique specifically. It's not about how fast you can go, but how well you can move. So let's bring the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide. And we're going to bring the hands to the knees with the palms down because this can feel more grounding, like you're receiving support from your body, from the earth, from the universe around you. And if you can, see if you can slowly lower down. You might choose a heart bench. Again, your hands are going to slide down your inner thigh, but keep the palms down, maybe even on the earth if that feels more grounding to you.
And from this position, we're opening up the hips, and here we want to take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. See if you can find that Ujjayi breath, that audible oceanic sound in your throat as you breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. See how deep you can breathe. Deep breath in and deep breath out. You can slowly straighten out your legs. And we'll finish in Savasana, the final rest. So if you have a pillow or a blanket, or if you like to turn the lights off, get yourself into a comfortable space and allow yourself this time to just relax, to melt into the ground, to close your eyes. Make sure your mind is free of distraction. Notice how you're feeling. Maybe there's one new thing you learned today, and you can replay that in your mind and help you remember that muscle memory, those movement patterns that we practiced today. And maybe you can make a plan for tomorrow. At the end of the day today, write down what you have to do tomorrow. Maybe you have a schedule, a certain time you have to wake up, get to work, certain meetings scheduled. And tonight, see what you can do to prepare for tomorrow to help it run more smoothly, so that when you wake up, you feel refreshed, like you have a plan, that you can get it done. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms up overhead, and exhale, sit all the way up, trying that straight leg sit-up one more time if you'd like. If you have more time, you can spend some more time in Savasana to help your body relax to the ground. If you need to get back in your day, then take a moment to thank yourself for taking this time to get yourself balanced, to get yourself stretched out. A beautiful lunch break in the middle of your day. So now you have a few more minutes where you can grab a nice healthy meal or snack and get yourself back to work. Don't forget to set a timer every 30 to 60 minutes throughout your day to remind you to just stand up and move around. Maybe it's to go to the bathroom, take a flight of stairs, or refill your water bottle to make sure you stay moving. We just don't want to stay stuck in one position for too long. Thanks for getting balanced with me, and feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel or share our videos with anyone you think might benefit from them, and reach out to us if you have any questions or special requests. Have a great day.